Hi, it's Corey from Rypple. Have you ever asked yourself if your entire team is aligned on goals or culture? What about how new hires are performing, or who are the people that need some additional coaching and attention? Well, stop wondering. In today's video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about setting up loops in your organization to help you answer all of those questions and even a few more. You first have to figure out what you want to know. This will give you the clarity and focus you need to determine the right questions to ask and who should be involved. This will also help you to clearly articulate the value of this process and your performance philosophy to everyone in your organization. There are many reasons to do loops and strategic times to do so. You can check to see if everybody has the same vision, or measure performance. How are the newest members of your team doing? Or even gather feedback after an important project wraps up. So what does this process look like? Before you can have your team do self and peer summaries, and before your managers can have their one-on-ones and finish the loop, you have to set it up. We're about to cover all of that, from creating a loop to kicking it off. So let's get into it. If you're a Rypple admin, you've got the power. Just click your company name at the top and select Loops Deployment. This will show you all of the current loops in your organization. To create a new loop, simply click Create a Loop. The first step is to give your loop a name, something descriptive. Next, we give you some default questions you can edit, or with the drop down here, you can select a set from a previous loop. Then select the period for the loop. In other words, the dates that you want the feedback to represent. This will also populate the Activity and Feedback tab for any loop participants with all of the thanks and objectives that apply to that time frame. Then click Next. Now, you can edit the questions in your loop here or add new ones. When editing or adding a question, simply enter in the question text at the top. You can make it an open question by selecting a text response type. Don't forget to use these hashtags to personalize your loop questions with the subject's first name. For multiple choice questions, I can check this box multiple choice under response type and add all of the different multiple choice options below with commas in between. You can also add those options to the question text with this hashtag right here. If you want to look at the question the way a user would, click Preview to take a look at the good work you just did. I can see exactly how the user is going to see the question when they fill it out. So these questions we just edited are for the standard loop to be filled out by a manager on their direct report. If you would like to add peer, self, or upward summaries, just click Create a Question Set. We've given you some starter questions for these too. Edit or add questions to these as you see fit. You can even preview the whole question set as a user would see it. Once your questions are taken care of, it's time to add people. If this loop is for a single department or a smaller group of individuals, I can add my people one by one. I can go ahead and type in the user's name, and automatically the manager name will be populated as the loop owner. Then I need to select a due date for her manager to finish her loop. I can even add a few peers to get this user started, and then maybe select a due date a few days before the manager loop is due, and click Add. Don't worry, we haven't started the loop yet, so you have plenty of time to make sure your list of people here is perfect. Doing a bigger loop? You can add large groups of people, as long as they're all Rypple users, with the template here when you click Batch Add People. All you need is their email address. Now you can click Done, and you're ready to kick off your loop. If you have any last-minute changes to questions or dates, you can use the Edit function right here. Ready to start your loop? Just press Start. Now before you kick off your loop, you can click here if you want everyone who is a part of the loop to get an email for each loop they need to complete. These emails have links directly to the loop itself to make it nice and easy. Click OK, and now your loop is underway. Encourage participation among the group and follow through until the end. Rypple makes it easy to set up a loop at any time. The key to success though is to make sure you have a great plan and you communicate throughout the organization at strategic times. Make this a priority for your executive team and commit to seeing it through. Want to keep it fresh? Check out Rypple support for other fun videos and more info. Goodbye!